quick, just to see. We are. Looks like we could be live. I don't know how to do it on my phone, so cool. Oh, let's pretend we're live. We're live. Hi.
All right, cool. Live.
We're live. Yeah. So today, hey, welcome. It's a Third and Wrong, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this is. This is where we watch a series of movies. Sometimes 3 of them, sometimes more. Today's
Often more.
yeah. Today's is a 3-bagger. Nope, different show. Hold on, you talk.
Back to 3 movies, finally.
Mm-hmm.
James Dean.
Mm-hmm.
He made more than 3 movies, but...
Well, he was in more than 3 movies.
Or yeah, I guess he was in more than 3 movies. We're watching the 3 most famous ones.
Well, I think, actually, I think these 3 movies are the 3 he's credited in, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. I want to say he might have been credited in a couple movies before, or well, maybe not credited. Again,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. You might be right. But yeah,
Let me just take a peek here.
But yeah.
Yeah, according to at least to Wikipedia, he had previously been in 5 films, but was uncredited in all of them. He was only credited in these 3 movies, and the movies are from 1955. Go ahead.
East of Eden.
East of Eden. No, 1955 as well.
Rebel Without a Cause.
And from 1956,
Giant.
Gigante.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I know. Only one of these movies was released before his death.
Yeah.
He had almost finished filming Giant, I think, when the accident happened. So somebody overdubbed some of his lines, or maybe the filming was finished, but the editing was not, or whatever. But
yeah, there's something weird about Giant where like some of the dialogue is someone else.
Uh-huh.
I remember reading about that.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the 3 movies. East of Eden. Let's start there, huh? So, if you don't know, by the way, James Dean was an actor. He died as a young man.
In a car crash.
Yeah, very famous car crash. 24, I think 24.
24?
Yeah, 24.
He was very, very young.
Wasn't the car's named Little Bastard? Something like that.
I don't know.
I think. Anyway. Yeah, so East of Eden. What is East of Eden, Mike?
It's a really boring movie. It's a extremely uninteresting, boring movie. I found East of Eden to be very difficult to watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you want my straight ass opinion, man, I thought East of Eden was, oh god.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there were some scenes that I liked, but man, they like to talk and do nothing. It needs to be.
So yeah, East of Eden, spoilers, is basically the tale of Cain and Abel from the Bible.
Yes.
And it's very blatant about that, in especially the names of the characters.
Yeah, it's Cal and what's the brother's name? Andy?
It's something close to Abel. Yeah. Cal Trask and
James Dean is Cal, and the other guy
short for Caleb.
I think Andy, is the name. I can't remember.
I think it's Adam. Adam is the father, of course. Just like in real life.
Of course, yes.
and Aaron. But
Those yes, Aaron.
there's
Yes,
there's a
it's not
weird
Aaron.
thing where like one of the characters, I think it's his dad, says his name different than everybody else.
Say what? Sorry, what?
I think it's his dad says his name different than everybody else does. He doesn't call him Aaron for like most of the beginning of the movie. At least he calls him.
I don't remember that.
It's more like Aaron or something like that. Aaron, I forget. It was weird. One of the characters said his name weird.
I would not be surprised, but yes,
Mhm.
that sounds right.
Mhm.
Is one of them would weirdly pronounce his name,
Mhm.
but yeah, I didn't like this movie at all. I started reading the book. The book is
The Bible.
great. No, not the Bible. The John Steinbeck,
Okay.
East of Eden. It's good. It's so good. I haven't
Oh,
finished
yeah.
it, but yeah, it's really good,
Mm-hmm.
which made this movie that much more disappointing to me. I just
So,
really didn't like this movie at all.
give me a quick breakdown of when you started the movie to when you watched, or when you started the book to when you watched the movie.
Same time. I watched. I started reading the book a day or two before I watched the movie. I am about halfway through the book now.
Mm.
I haven't finished it, but yeah, the book is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I have very few notes, and none of them are very good. Like I did not like this movie.
Yeah, so spoilers. This is not my least favorite movie of the three, but I didn't really care for it much either.
Sure.
I I I thought everyone was just mad. Like
Uh-huh.
for so long in the movie, like everybody's just out of their minds. And like I know it's very heavily influenced by stage acting, but I hate that.
Yeah.
It is so every performance for most of the movie was just god awful to watch. It was so over the top. Like
Yes,
the
so over the top in every like even like yeah, like James Dean specifically was so over the top.
like the whole beginning when he's following his mom around, and like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I bet that's his mom, pretty quick. Uh, but like yeah, when he was just like, what? It's like a group of people that have never interacted with other humans before.
Uh-huh.
It's so weird the way that they
Yeah.
move and the way that they talk and the way that they look at each other. It's so
Like
weird.
one of my notes says, is he
Mm.
supposed to be 12 or 22?
Uh-huh.
Like it's yeah, I just yeah, like the tone of this movie was so weird.
Do they mention that? Because in the book, because he's supposed to be in high school, right?
Well, so in the book it like the first two like maybe 3 2
Mm-hmm.
or 3 chapters of the book don't even have a character. They're just describing
Mm.
the Salinas Valley area.
Like the two
Yeah,
sides of
like
the
yeah, like
track, basically.
the discrepancy between the two parts. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like it. The book's pace is I guess is like the movie. It's super slow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like yeah, like in the book spans like generations. So
Mm-hmm.
like I don't even know if I've gotten to the part that the movie is based on. Because like pretty much what I've read so far like was not in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I've even gotten to the part that the movie's based on yet. So yeah, like it's over like multiple generations.
Okay.
Like yeah, like the one of the families they talk about them moving from oh man, no I've forgotten Scotland, Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah, like like the book is a pretty big scope that I feel like the movie was going for, but I don't feel like it hit it.
Yeah, no, there's no real generational. Why did that just show?
No,
Yeah,
like
no real
they were
generation stuff.
clearly trying to show like the difference between the older generation and the younger generation, which I guess is kind of the theme of all three of these movies.
Hmm.
But yeah, this one, man, I don't. I had high hopes for this one.
Hmm.
It fell far short for me, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
did really like the scene where he's. It's super weird, but when he's on the swing in the front yard,
Hmm.
it's like swinging back and forth. Like I really like that. I thought that was super weird, but it worked for me.
Yeah, there was okay. So there's some notes I want to go over quickly. They're
Mhm.
not intricate to plot or anything important, but things I thought were weird or funny or whatever. The fact that the cop just has a picture of his parents in his office desk
Mm-hmm.
is fucking wild.
Yep. Yep.
What? It was interesting that they were using right-hand drive cars. I didn't realize that at the time.
I didn't notice that. Really?
Yeah, they did it in this movie, and there was. I think it happened in maybe. Oh no, sorry, that's a different movie I'll talk about later. But uh, yeah, in this movie they had right-hand drive cars, and it was really weird to me. Um, Also, when they fucking are getting a car and the dude's teaching them how to start it up,
Mm-hmm.
it's fucking crazy, man. It was like, I mean, I drive a lot, and it's nothing like that anymore, and that's great. It's like starting up a plane. It was crazy.
Yep.
Also, one of my favorite line from the movie probably is, "That's why I want to go into beans."
Okay. Okay.
Then I can get behind this bean excitement. Uh, and oh, so she gives him $5,000 to start his bean adventure, right?
Yes. Is B. Yes. Uh huh.
In today's money, how much do you think that was? I checked.
$5,000 in was it 1920s same money or 1955 money?
Well, I mean, in the story, it's World War II that is happening, or is it World War One?
Was it? I don't remember. I thought it was
It is
20
it's World War One, 1917.
17. Okay.
Uh-huh.
$5,000 then now would be. Do a quick calculation here.
Mm-hmm. Based on nothing.
That's $125,000.
And not bad. It's 100,000.
Dang.
So she's got lots of capital.
Apparently, yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, cool. Another good one. Black licorice looks so tasty. I wrote.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then I think my last main fun thing is the scene where it's after the festival and they get in the fight
Uh huh.
and like everybody's brawling and then the sheriff shows up and there's just a dude in the background holding up a fence and he's stopped, he's like frozen, holding up like fucking
Really?
a big section of picket fence, and he's like kind of looking around, he's like slowly sets it down or whatever. It just fucking cracked me up.
I did not notice that. That's good.
Yeah, it wasn't like a fence post. It was a section of fence.
Like,
It was great.
he needed a D next to it.
Yes, exactly. Or a C fence. Yeah, it's pretty good. But those are my highlights from the movie. And then the final was just like I thought. Wow, man, this movie was a lot darker than I thought. You know,
Hmm.
he doesn't kill his brother, but his brother's basically driven off to
Yeah,
death.
yeah.
Uh, and
I'm sure there was like, yeah. One of my notes is like, I'm sure there's just a ton of symbolism that I just didn't get
mm,
in this movie. That was just, yeah, somehow lost on me. But like, yeah, I got the idea. I got it. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, the ending of this movie. I'm not gonna, I don't need to say all the details of it, but it's pretty dark ending. Way darker than I thought it was gonna be.
Hmm. It's
Don't
yes, it's much darker than I
I
thought.
don't know if I would say it was satisfying, but
No.
it was an ending. All right. Anything else you have to say about East of Eden?
No,
All right.
I'm good.
Good. But I think this is a. I had a Warriors feeling with this one where, like, I didn't like a lot of it as I was watching it, but at the end I felt like it was better than I had experienced, as a complete thing. So
Hmm.
I didn't hate it. I didn't really like it that much though. But the next movie I liked less, and that is Rebel Without a Cause, which is a movie I had seen before.
So did I.
I don't remember disliking as much as I did while I was watching it this time though.
This is the only one I had seen before
Mm-hmm.
of these three. My first note says, I swear I saw this movie in black and white. So yeah, the all of these movies I watched in color, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure when I watched Rebel Without a Cause, it was in black and white.
Really?
But I don't know. I didn't bother to like look it up or whatever. But I I I feel pretty confident that it was a black and white movie when I watched it. So I was a little confused at
Hmm.
first, and I was like, wait, why is all of this in color? This is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen this, but I only watched it a few years ago, and so it was in color then too.
Yeah, I had watched it junior high or high school. Like it was quite a while ago.
Hmm.
But yeah, this movie, man, the beginning of this movie is weird.
Hmm.
That whole scene in the police,
Yep.
well, I guess multiple scenes in the police department, they're all
Well, I mean, the
terrible.
very first shot of the movie is laying in the middle of the road
It's laying in the road. Yes,
with a
yes,
like it's weird.
yes. The entire beginning part of this movie is very strange.
Hmm. There's a lot about this movie that is very strange. Like the fact that his parents like just up and move because he gets in trouble
All the time.
and
Yeah.
over and over
Yeah,
seemingly.
it's implied that they've moved multiple times,
Hmm.
which is crazy.
This is another movie have. I feel like there's so much stage acting happening all the time, and I mean this is a problem with early cinema, I would say.
Sure.
But
Yes.
for me specifically, I think maybe other people find it endearing or find it quirky and fascinating or even prefer that way. I don't know. I find
Sure.
it makes me think everyone is a lunatic.
Yeah, I have a problem with this era of acting as
Mm.
well. I find it corny
Uh-huh.
and hard to watch.
There's just no subtlety to a lot of
Uh,
it, and that goes for every kid in this movie is just the worst piece of shit or like just the most so much everything all the time, and it sucks.
yes, I totally agree. I know people love this movie, but man, it is corny and Fucking, there's no possible way that that's how. Like, hold on. Where was? I have a note. Where was it? Where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. Can one interaction in this movie please be normal?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because like no one, none of the interactions in any part of this movie are even remotely believable.
Hmm.
Like, it's just ridiculous.
And I had the feeling that in this movie they took one take of everything. Like it was
Oh,
just like
sure.
they did not think, okay, we could probably do that better. Just like nope, next scene. It just seemed like all the time.
Hmm. Yeah, like most of my notes are basically that same sort of thing. Like
Hmm.
the 50s were a very different time, is one of my notes.
Man, kids in the 50s sucked.
Yeah, the wholesomeness of this bullying is ridiculous. Is one of my
Uh,
other notes.
yeah.
Like, yeah, just the. I don't know. I guess it was just a different time. I don't. It's the
I
entire
have the
movie
note.
is just unbelievable.
This movie is ridiculous.
Yeah,
They are all monsters. Is another note I have.
yeah. Everybody fucking sucks
Yep.
in the movie. Yeah, like the parents, the kids, like everybody sucks.
The girl that he's into. Oh, so here's an interesting thing. Yeah. So this we'll get to that in a minute. But the girl he's interested in is Natalie Wood, right?
Hmm.
And why is she trying to like seduce her dad or whatever?
Yeah, good. That's
It's
a good
very
question.
strange.
Yeah, why does she want to bone her dad? That's a weird. Yeah.
And then
Also, later, her boyfriend, I guess, dies, and then like hours, minutes later, she's
minutes.
just all about James Dean.
Uh huh.
It's yeah, like all of the characters. Like, I mean, I guess we'll get to it in the next movie. All of these characters are completely unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
Whereas the next one, I feel like most of them are real characters.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this movie, like yeah, like every character, even Plato. Like, we haven't even brought up Plato.
Plato, yeah. I was just gonna
God.
his line, you could have been my dad. What? You're both in the same grade in high school. What are you talking about? It's just unbelievable. His like fucking nut slobbering affection for James Dean's character is so crazy.
Yeah, like I mean, like I said, I saw this movie before, and
Mm-hmm.
then like within seconds of Plato showing up, I was like, oh, he's supposed to be a gay character, isn't he? Fuck, this is gonna be bad.
Well, here's another thing interesting. Speaking of gay characters or gay actors, in the next two movies we have Rock Hudson and James
Yes.
Dean,
Uh-huh.
who Rock Hudson is very, very much he was absolutely, and James Dean was rumored to be as well.
Mm.
But the three main actors of this movie, James Dean, Natalie Wood, and Sal Mineo, who is Plato.
Is that Plato? Okay.
Yeah, they all died very young and in strange circumstances. James Dean, car crash, age 24. Sal Mineo was stabbed to death at the age of 37.
Jeez, really? God,
Yeah, it
I
seemed.
didn't know that.
I believe it was a robbery or something like that went wrong. And then Natalie Wood, who was the wife of. Do you remember his name?
I do not.
Natalie Wood.
Cannot help you.
It was. Hold on a second. I'll get there.
I will
Robert
say.
Robert Wagner. Robert Wagner. So
Oh,
Robert
okay.
Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood, and I think Christopher Walken were like on a boat when she drowned, but there was like the stories didn't line up, and so like I
Oh,
think it's like
yeah, yes. That,
it was
yes.
an accidental drowning ruled then, but then like I forget, it was like 10, 15 years ago they reopened the case because there was things didn't line up. But very interesting.
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
And also Plato
Plato.
will show up in the next movie as well.
Was he in? Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Yeah, the last thing I would say about Rebel Without a Cause
mhm.
was I liked the at the end when Plato gets killed at the planetarium.
Uh-huh.
There's like a tilt of the camera
Mhm.
that I was like, oh, that's good. That's a good use. Because like all of the shots have just been like straight on, like
Mhm.
pretty regular. But then yeah, like when he gets killed, the camera goes crooked and like kind of like falls backward. Like okay, that's a cool touch. I like
Hmm.
that.
Uh-huh.
But besides that, pretty boring. Well, not boring. Boring's not fair. This movie was fine.
Yeah.
It's just
the
characters.
overacting, it was just killing me.
Just all of the characters are just so impossible to believe. Like,
Did you recognize the father, James Dean's father in this movie? Do you know?
yeah, he was Gilligan's Island.
Yes. Thurston Howell the
Hal.
third.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I realized like halfway through the movie, I was like, oh fuck, that's why I know this guy.
Mhm.
But yeah, it took me most of the movie before I realized, like, oh, that's who that is.
Mhm.
But yeah, I remember liking this movie, but this time seemed real cheesy to me.
Yeah, I had the same feeling. Like I watched it, like I said, a few years ago, and I don't remember disliking it very much. I remember thinking it was an okay movie, whatever. But yeah, this time really didn't enjoy it at all.
Oh, I was also one of my notes. I wonder if you agree with this or not,
Mhm.
but I don't think you could remake or modernize that movie.
Mhm.
I just don't think it would work.
Well, there is a modern version of it in
Is
some
there?
ways. Is Back to the Future.
Oh, okay, sure, I guess.
I mean, Marty is picked on by a group of bad kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Jennifer is not. Well, Jennifer. I mean, Back to the Future 2. Jennifer is taken by what's his name? I keep wanting to say Butch. Yeah, Biff.
Biff.
You know.
Yeah.
So there are, and the chicken thing, of course.
Yeah, the chicken thing. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, it is. Hey, you could. I think you could. You could do a Fast and the Furious Rebel Without a Cause.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you could have. I don't know about now.
Sure.
Not with the current. Okay. The last movie is the movie Giant.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie I watched when I was in high school. I was in college. I think I was 18 though. But I just had my wisdom teeth all removed, and I, couldn't do much but just sit around on painkillers and watch movies. And so we had this at my house. I think it was my grandma's maybe, and I had never seen a James Dean movie, so I was like, oh, check it out. And
I had never seen this movie before.
I remember really liking it at the time, and I'm happy to report that I still really like this movie.
This is easily the best of the three movies.
Mm-hmm.
Far and away the best of the three.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not even remotely close.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Those other two are so far behind. Even though this movie, fucking 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Uh huh.
This movie is crazy long,
Yes.
but it is so much better than those other two.
He was Mr. James Dean was nominated for an Academy Award for this one. I think he was nominated for
I think Rebel Without a Cause as well.
it was it. I can't remember which one,
It was
but
one of the other two.
yeah. Well, I mean,
It
yeah, of
was
course.
East of Eden or Rebel Without. One of
I
the other ones he was nominated for sure.
yeah, I don't remember which one, and it won Best Director. Yeah, it won Best Director.
Mm.
Yeah, 201 minutes for this beast, starring Rock Hudson,
Yep.
Elizabeth Taylor, and James Dean. So we know James Dean was 24 at the time. How old was Rock Hudson, and how old were Elizabeth Taylor? Where was Elizabeth Taylor? How old do you think?
I have
Because
no idea.
this plays into a big part of the movie, because the big part of the movie is it spans years, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah. We'll get into that too.
Mm-hmm.
I would guess. So let's see. All right. So James Dean was 24.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Taylor is probably around the same age. I'm gonna say 28.
Okay.
And Rock Hudson, I think, was way older.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he was like 45.
Okay. So the youngest of the three in the movie was Elizabeth Taylor. She was 23.
Damn it.
And she's aged in the movie until probably into her 60s, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
James Dean at 24, and Rock Hudson was 31.
Dang, he was only 31.
Right? It's amazing. It's
Shit.
phenomenal, and like the acting chops in this movie are so good. Elizabeth Taylor is amazing.
They're so like the fucking changes they do as they get older
Mm-hmm.
is so good.
It feels like an older character, not someone
Yeah.
acting like it's so good.
It's phenomenal. It's so all three of them are so good
Mm-hmm.
as they act as older characters.
Yep.
They do such a good job.
Mm-hmm. And this one, I think Dean goes over the top a bit, especially as the older character. I really like him over the top as a young character, so it makes sense, right? Like when he strikes oil and he's fucking running around and he's like doing all this. It's so good. The
like
energy's good. When he's older, it's a little much, I think, a little put on, but he also does some pretty cool stuff.
The drunk scene, like the whole drunk end scene, is too much. But before that, I was all in. Like the scene where he's at the like the table with the daughter. Like that whole scene is so good. I was like, God, this reminds me so much of Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, or I guess Brad Pitt reminds me of that. Like,
sure. Well, I mean, you're coming at it from the opposite direction. Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, like that scene, for whatever reason, I was just like, God, this something about this reminds me of Brad Pitt, or like some Brad Pitt performance. It was, but yeah, up to that point, I liked James Dean, his performance.
Mm-hmm.
The drunk stuff was a little too much, but
it does involve my single favorite thing in the entire movie.
Okay, which is
when they go into that room to have the fight. And the fucking cat just comes out of nowhere. And he just like just runs across. What?
Just runs across.
It seems like it was totally on accident, and they're just like, let's keep that.
Yep. Totally.
It's so good.
I have a note of it. It just says, "What the fuck was that cat?"
Mm-hmm. It was so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Jet Texas is an amazing name.
Mhm.
for a company.
It is Jet Texas.
Yeah, when he was forced to change, I was like, fuck yeah, that's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the way that they reveal it too, they're not like, okay, I'm gonna change it to this. They're like, nope,
yeah.
okay, you gotta change it. Okay, they just fucking show a tanker with that name go by. It's like, yes. Uh,
I don't know about what version you watched,
mhm.
but man, the sound was rough for me. I had to like turn it up and turn it down like constantly.
Oh
It
really?
was like I could not hear some of the like dialogue at times,
Hmm.
and then like the music would come in and it would be just be crazy loud.
Hmm.
Like that sucked. But
Yeah, I don't
that's
think I had a
that's more on
problem.
my end than whatever.
Hmm. All right. So basically, this movie is a movie. It's a story about the three main characters. The first two, Rock Hudson and Elizabeth Taylor, they fall in love. He's back east going to buy a cat, a horse.
Yeah, he goes to buy a horse and comes back married.
Comes back married. The first like 18 minutes of the movie, they fall in
Yeah,
love, got married, and are heading back to his place in Texas. She arrives in Texas, and she's like,
they're both
"Wow,
crazy rich. Also,
yes. He has a bunch of Hispanic servants. They have an
Mhm.
African American servant, and so yeah, there's lots of money, but it's different kind of money, right? So I don't know if they expressly say where her family's money comes from, but it's just
Yeah,
old East
it's
Coast
yeah.
money.
I don't know that they ever say. Yeah.
But he's a Texas cattle rancher, and like this is the basis for eventually will become the basis of the series Dallas. It's the oil barons versus the cattle baron story and all that kind of stuff, and this is a real thing,
I, I didn't know that.
the conflict of Texas. Um, but they go back and she's like it's like a fish out of water scenario for her, but also she's very progressive in her views, right? She challenges him
Extreme, yes,
uh,
extreme.
and like treats the servants like real people and stuff like that. And it's very interesting. This is like a movie that comes at the very beginning of the civil rights movement in the U.S. also, right?
Hmm.
And it's perfectly timed. It's like the whole start and like so she's. I found it to be very in that context to be interesting. I really would like to know more about the general population's reaction to a lot of those ideas
Hmm.
because she is heavily progressive in the treatment of colored people or whatever, right? People of color,
Yeah.
and
One of my notes is like, "Whoa, they're actually gonna address racism."
yeah, straight up addressed it. Also, feminism is addressed
Yeah. Yeah.
multiple times in this movie,
Yeah.
and it was fantastic. But also, I'm just so curious. I mean, it's a huge hit, so it had to have gone over well with some people, but also
Yeah.
like yeah, I'm very interested in what kind of reaction the press, the media gave it at the time, because it's
Yeah.
very progressive.
I don't know either. But yeah, I was shocked that when they started down like that, oh, are they actually gonna address this racism stuff? I'm like,
Hmm.
oh shit, yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Wow. I for sure thought they were just gonna brush over it.
yeah, and
So,
and Rock Hudson's character doesn't fully make the turn, but he's making the turn, in his old age, and
no,
he,
yeah, yeah, he never really gets there, but
yeah,
he tries.
he's trying, he tries, but I thought, yeah, it was a very interesting way to handle a lot of that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, mm,
But yeah, I was shocked that they were going that way and then actually trying to address
yeah,
that kind of racism. Yeah, did not expect that from a movie from what was it, 56?
yeah, 1956. It was
Yeah.
released. It was shot, I think, in 55.
Yeah, I did not think they were going to even remotely try and talk about any of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood why uh what's his name? The dad, Jordan, Vic.
Elizabeth Taylor's
For a
dad.
while, I wasn't sure what the fuck his name was. But yeah, Jordan, whatever. Why they dislike Jet so much? Like, I never really understood why.
Oh, James Dean's character. Yeah, Jordan. Okay,
Yeah,
Benedict.
why? Like, because the sister clearly liked him
Mhm.
and wanted him around, but the Jordan, the dad, the other character, clearly did not. But I never understood why.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I always just assumed, he's a hand that. Uh, I think they say he was not really good at his job or something. Or at least that's what Rock Hudson's character I think thought. He just thought he was just kind of a worthless, farmhand
Hmm.
that was like kind of back talkity, and I think probably he, how much Jordan loved his sister. I think his sister taking a shine to this farmhand also didn't really sit well with him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Maybe.
yeah, that's my point. Like, or not my point, but like, she seemed to really like him and put him in her will,
Right.
whereas he seemed to hate him and
Yeah.
wanted him out. So like, I don't know what was the split there. Like, I never, that was totally unclear to me the whole time. Besides just being like an interest to move the story forward.
Well, like I said, I think it's partly because she likes him so much that Vic hates him.
Mm,
He's jealous, maybe, of her or something.
sure.
He's taking some of her affection. Maybe, I don't know. But sure, I get what you mean. It's not like he killed his father or something.
Yeah, like I would, yeah, I didn't really understand why there was that animosity between those two so much.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that had been a little bit clearer.
Yeah, I mean, also, of course, Vic's super rich and he's dirt poor, so, just looking down on him in general.
Sure.
But yeah, I get what you mean. Here's something I don't think I even realized while I was watching it, but Dennis Hopper is their son.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I
I
noticed
don't know
that.
if I noticed that.
I noticed that about halfway through the like the hotel stuff. I was like, what? Whoa, hold on, is that Dennis Hopper?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like I didn't notice at first, but yeah, at some point during the hotel thing, I was like, oh shit, that's Dennis Hopper. Wow,
Uh-huh.
he's been in this movie for multiple scenes. I did not notice at all. Yeah, yeah. He's
All right. Yeah. I got some other quick facts and notes. I was looking at if this was the first Rock Hudson movie I'd seen, and it was. I was looking at the list of titles of the movies he's been in. He's been in a lot of movies, but also a
yes.
lot of them he's played people with titles like captain or commander or something like that.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Captain, whatever, whatever. And
Uh,
in one stretch of his career, there were 6 movies in a row with some sort of title in the name: Captain, Commander, Colonel, blah blah blah. Just 6 in a row. It's
uh-huh.
crazy. Also, when he's visiting, or when he first goes back east, and they ask him how big his property is, he says it's 595,000 acres,
Mm-hmm.
which is roughly 2,408 square kilometers for our viewers in other countries. And that is bigger than either Tokyo or Osaka.
Yeah, that's a fucking huge. When he said that, I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Uh huh.
That is so much land.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, yeah. When he said, yeah, whatever the number was, I was just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
That can't be. What? Okay.
The kids when they go back east for Thanksgiving, and they
Mm-hmm.
fucking put the turkey out, and they're all just fucking losing it. It was pretty funny.
The one I have a note about that. That one kid is legit crying, like
Uh-huh.
not acting. That one kid is for real crying.
Hmm.
She is not, or he. I forget who it is. One of those kids is for real not acting. They're
Not happy
crying.
about it. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Also, the scene when he at the same time he comes to the wedding, I think it is,
Yeah,
and like he's looks like a fucking giant because he's
yeah.
towering above everybody.
I looked up how tall is
Right,
Rock Hudson.
me too. Six
He's like
four,
what, like six. Yeah,
6'4".
6'4".
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was like, okay, he's not as tall. Like they make him look like he's like 7 feet tall.
hmm
He's this giant.
yeah. That was really weird. Also, I think my favorite line of the movie is after Jet. I think it's when he first strikes the oil, and he comes up. It might have been actually the next time he visits, but he says, "Stinking son of a Benedict's." Stinking sons of Benedict's, or something. Yeah, I think stinking sons of Benedict's. I thought that was a pretty good line. And then we get to see Pluto. Pluto is the son of the Angelo. I think his name is Angelo. Angel. His name Angel. His name is Angel. I think his dad's name is maybe Angelo, but he's the Mexican farmhand that's been around forever.
Mhm.
His son, who's I think the one is the one that rode the horse in the earlier part.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, yeah,
He grows up to go off
yeah,
to war,
yeah.
right? And that is Pluto from Rebel Without a Cause. That same actor.
Oh, is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And yeah, I think that is it for my notes. And then the fucking cat shows up. It's so good.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. Yeah, extended fist fight is
Mm-hmm.
not how I thought that movie was gonna end.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not, I guess, the end, but it's damn near
Just
the
about.
end.
Yeah.
That surprised me. And yeah. Oh, two beds seems fantastic to me. That's also a note I have.
Yeah, I bet.
I could I could go with two beds. So
Yeah.
it's good.
People back in the 50s and 60s really knew what they were doing, huh?
Apparently, I thought they were old fashioned and weird, but
Yep.
now I'm totally with it.
Yep.
I could go with two beds.
Mm-hmm. I remember, I think the first time I ever saw that and thought it was weird, but now I think it's great, of course, too, but was probably I Love Lucy,
Sure, yeah, yeah.
maybe. But, yeah, it is nice. It is nice to not sleep with anyone.
Yeah, I would love to sleep in a bed alone.
Mm-hmm. And quickly, the other movie I watched that was over 3 hours
Oh,
was
okay.
the. So this won Best Director, did not win Best Picture, but the Best Picture winner that year was Around the World in 80 Days.
Oh,
Uh,
I've seen.
and I watched that additionally. That's over
Oh,
three
okay.
hours.
That
There
was good.
are there are a lot of scenes in that movie that need to be shorter. Uh, there's
I
incredible.
mean, to be honest, there are scenes in this movie that could be
Sure.
giant. It could be shorter.
There.
This movie could be at least an hour shorter.
Uh huh. I can see that. I do like the scope of the movie though.
Yes, like it's trying to show the story of like this entire. Yeah, like I get it, but it could be shorter.
But yeah, Around the World in 80 Days, incredible camera stuff. Like the thing when he's riding the penny farthing through the city, and like there's the camera on the back of the elephant or whatever. There's all these cool, interesting shots in this whole movie. I thought it was pretty good, but I think Giant's a better movie. But also in this movie, the weird guy from Casablanca, I forget his name, the Hungarian actor.
Weird guy from Casablanca.
Yeah, he was the Steve Buscemi of his time.
But
And he was in that movie. Also, I don't know if you noticed this because you hadn't seen the movie at the time, probably, but the Stagecoach driver is in this movie also, from Stagecoach.
oh no, nope, don't remember.
Yeah, he's when they're crossing the Atlantic, and they start tearing apart the ship and throwing it in the boiler and all that stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
So he's the first mate on that ship.
Huh.
Yeah.
Since I saw that movie.
Sure. And also Frank Sinatra's in this movie. That's it.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, he plays the piano in San Francisco.
Does he sing?
I don't think so. I think he just plays the piano.
Huh.
I don't remember. But yeah, it was actually a good movie. I thought it was cool. But it's not as good as Giant, so they were robbed.
Oh yeah, one other note that I highlighted was that the doors on that house are fucking huge.
Mm.
They're fucking like 20-foot tall doors.
As someone that has some big fucking doors on my house, yeah, those are some impressive doors.
Those doors are really fucking tall.
Like we have the first floor of the house, the front door is huge, and we're probably gonna have to replace it sometime soon. I'm very worried. Also, the fucking sliding glass door in the living room is fucking huge. We need to replace the curtains, but I know it's gonna cost like hundreds of dollars probably because it's so fucking big.
Oh, that's another connected to the door.
Mm-hmm.
I did like how they updated the house through the years, but like you could still tell that like it was the same house, just with like newer furniture, like repainted stuff. Like I liked that. It was a good touch to how they. I think they're pretty good about how they updated year by year, or decade, I guess, by decade, because clearly it goes pretty far.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's probably somewhere around 40 years of time that elapses, maybe?
Yeah, probably. Something like that.
Yeah, so there you go. I thought the best movie is Giant, the worst movie was Rebel.
Best movie, clearly Giants. Worst, I'm gonna say East of Eden. I really didn't like that one.
Yeah, no problem.
So, but yeah, Giant, clearly the best of these three. Even at 3 hours, I thought this was gonna be rough, and it was rough at times. Like, I have a note in here that says, Jesus Christ, there's still a whole typical movie left.
Mm. Yeah, I had something not quite that dramatic, but I'm enjoying this movie, but there's still an hour and a half to go. It's so long.
Yeah, exactly. 2 hours in is when I wrote, Jesus Christ, there's still a whole typical movie.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's good. of the three. Watch this one. Watch Giants for sure.
For sure. Okay. Sorry, I was distracted by getting the wheels up. I totally forgot about that part of this show. So yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I forgot we also have to put this in a ranking, possibly.
Oh God, we do. Shit.
Yeah. Totally forgot about that, huh?
I forgot about that too.
Uh,
What are the? Here we go. Nope, that's the wrong button. Here we go.
Is it this one? Nope, that's not it.
This one. One of us will find it eventually. Here we go. I got it.
Wait, what?
Huh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Dollars Trilogy is number 1.
Uh-huh.
2 is Mad Max Trilogy.
Oh God, why can't? What?
3 is John Cazale. Was also in 3 other movies.
I can't stop this. What's happening? Oh. Oh boy. I don't know what is happening with this scroll thing. Yeah, okay, I'm right there with you. Well, so here's the problem. Only one of these movies is good.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm
we're
gonna say
doing it.
right away it's not there.
No?
No, I know. Because like even though a couple of the John Cazale movies were not really my thing, I think even the worst of those was better than either one of the other two in this.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, because it's not gonna get over Mad Max for sure. So it's just as John Cazale get knocked down, but
yeah, for me,
yeah, you're right.
I like Giant better than any of the movies in the other any of the other 9 movies in these trilogies or whatever it was, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Although yeah, but the other 2 movies just nah.
Yeah, Dog Day Afternoon and
The Deer Hunter.
And the Deer and the conference. Yeah, they're all. Yeah, no.
They're all pretty good.
No, nope. You're right. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. That's too bad.
But no.
But I'm fine with it. I liked Giant.
I would say, well, I mean, I haven't looked at everything, but it might be 4 for me. Rambo might be up there too.
Mm-hmm. But here's the good thing: we don't have to. No.
No.
No. The Karate Kid is the best movie ever made.
Yeah,
according to our science, but the Karate Kid movie series is not.
The series has some low points.
Now, if we include the reboot starring Mr. Jackie Chan, that might be up there.
Still haven't seen it.
God, that is actually a fun movie. I actually like that. Oh, speaking of Jackie Chan, he's in the remake of Around the World in 80 Days.
Oh, he is, yeah. With that other guy. What's his name? Owen
Wilson?
Something. Wilson, sure.
Is he in that movie?
Isn't he the other?
I don't know.
Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson?
Oh, it could be. I did not watch it.
I'm really good with actor names.
Oh, yeah. Owen. I don't know. Hold on. I will find it out, though. Jackie Chan.
Okay.
2004. Around the World in 80 Days. Nope. Steve Coogan. I thought he was a British guy. That's why I didn't see.
Don't know who that is.
He's a British guy.
All right.
He was in Tropic Thunder.
with Owen Wilson.
There we go. 6 degrees of separation. I don't. Is it Owen Wilson?
Wait, was Owen Wilson in Tropic? I don't actually.
I don't think so.
It was just.
Yeah, no. It's good.
Thanks. All right.
If you'd asked me a second ago, I couldn't have told you who the star of that movie was. I knew Robert Downey Jr. was in it, but I couldn't remember anybody else. I did like that. Oh, and Tom Cruise is in it, I think.
Oh yeah, Tom Cruise is it. Yeah. All right, let's get to the next part. What do we do next?
We spin the wheel of mythicality.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to share my screen. Oops. Okay. Yep. Can you see? Do you see what I see?
I can see some baseball, and
I'll put that away.
And I can see some wheel.
Here we go. All right. This is the first movie in the series. You got your 4-pack correct.
I do. Yes,
right?
I'm ready.
All right. Oh, okay. No, it's not only the first movie. It's the whole series.
Average movie runtime for the. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
is going to take a minute.
Yeah. That's a fun one, huh?
Okay. So, yeah, gotta look up every movie.
Hold on a second.
And let's get the calculator up. Let's put that over here.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. Well, no, I got to keep sharing. Sorry, never mind. Because we got to do one more spin.
Yep. Don't share your screen with me. So.
Well, no, I'm just no. You're fine. You're fine. We're good.
Oh.
What
is the next one?
Let me bring up my calculator.
That one. I'm going to say a plus 113.
$149 plus.
This one is 113. What?
Plus 138. Plus.
All right, so we run into a bit of a problem here, but I'm just gonna make a.
Here's the good news: my 3 movies
decision.
Go down in time.
I'm gonna go with that one. What?
Each of my movies decreases in length.
As you heard, mine were the same.
Uh-huh.
And this one goes down.
I am ready.
It's also not fair because I have 4 movies, but I guess.
I mean, it's the average. That's why it's the average.
Yeah, it's just the average. So, okay. And then divide that by 4 equals. Okay. I got a number.
I got a number. My number is 136 minutes.
Ooh, mine's 105.
Wow. Those are some shorties.
Yeah.
So, now we move on.
If mine gets picked, you'll find out why.
All right. So, I am most, you are least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. We're spinning. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm most, you're least. I'm most, you're least. You gotta be kidding me. Holy Christ.
As usual.
It's unbelievable how unlucky I've been. I won like all of the first ones, and then I was like, No, I want to watch your movie this time. Since then, I haven't won a fucking single time.
Nope, you have. I've won every time since. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this streak is something else.
Oh man! All right. Well, so like I said, I had to make an executive decision.
Okay.
Mine's a quadrilogy,
Of course.
and you get a choice.
Do tell.
We're going to be watching 1 Hour Photo.
Mm-hmm.
28 Days Later.
Okay.
30 Days of Night.
Okay.
And up to you,
80 Days Around the World.
The Fourth Man or The Fourth Kind. I will give you a little bit of insight. I've seen all of these. The Fourth Man is non-English.
Oh boy.
The Fourth Kind is English.
Is The Fourth Kind is like an alien movie?
Yes, it is.
What was the first one? 24-hour photo?
1 hour photo.
1 hour photo.
28 days later, 30 days of night, and your choice, The Fourth Man, which is I think a Dutch. I forget. I'm pretty sure it's a Dutch movie, or The Fourth Kind, which is like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but
With penises.
It's got what's her name?
Oh, good.
Multipass.
What?
Multipass. What's her name? The Fifth Element lady. God, what is her name?
Oh, I don't know. I hate that movie.
Mila
Mila Djokovic.
Jovovich, yes. She's in The Fourth Kind.
Okay. These are all horror movies?
Yes.
With numbers in
yes,
the title.
Also, they're all horror movies, yes. Well, or thriller. 1 Hour Photo is not really horror. It's more of a thriller. But
Wait, is that the one with Robin Williams?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's what I thought. I've wanted to see that. I've seen 28 Days Later. I've seen.
Yes, we saw it together.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen the sequel as well.
Yeah, I think I have as well.
But yeah, I haven't seen the other ones. I don't think. I'm gonna say The Fourth Kind.
The Fourth Kind? Okay.
Yeah,
that's the English one. No
Yeah.
subtitles. Okay.
Only because it would be easier to, I might end up watching the other one as well, but I don't want to commit to that.
My theme was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I was like, I'd like. Let's see. I'll let you pick which one of these fourth ones. Because they both work. All right, Fourth Kind.
What are you titling this quadrilogy? Wait, yes, quadrilogy. The 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrilogy.
I guess the 1, 2. Yeah, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. hadn't thought of that.
Cool. All right, well, there you go. James Dean. He made 3 movies that he was credited in. Only one of them's good.
That's not true.
Only one of them should be watched.
Yes. That's true.
This should be watched. This movie should be watched.
Giant, definitely. Watch Giant. It's too long, but you should watch it anyway.
Yep. It's not like East of Eden, which is too long.
Yeah, too long, and don't watch it.
And it's not like Rebel Without a Cause, which is too fucking crazy.
Yeah, too ridiculous.
All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody.